Chud327 here with Colonel Craftsman and Emily, Commander Emily. This video is 99% about Colonel and Emily. There's a little bit about that Husqvarna back there, but that's a whole separate video. Pulley swapping a hydro, making it capable in the mud. There's some zero-turn footage in this, but that's a whole separate video. I've got updates on selling some mowers. Colonel got a steering fix. Emily got a steering fix. Emily got adapters put on the back. Emily got a plow built. That's a whole separate video, already out. What else? I don't know. It's a jam-packed video full of mower updates. Watch to the end. We tried this one out at the river. We tried this one out in the mud. Oh, and wait till you see the video on that Husqvarna. I'm just about to go do a speed run with it. I don't even know what the top speed is. I'm not done with it yet, but it's going to be a good video. Coming soon. I forgot to mention there's a whole new Cub Cadet that the boy got running. I'll put a little clip of that in this. I'm trying to think of everything that's in this video. Just watch to the end, leave me some comments. Make sure you like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. So the other night I got the spacer on that side. We need to do the one on this side. Just curious how long it takes. It is 7:10 now. I've got all my tools that I need. I guess we should jack it up first. This side had this spacer. We're going to a little bit wider. And this collar here, the good news is the adapter fits over that collar. Better than ever, and the time is 7:17, so 7 minutes. It's probably a 30-minute job once you round up all your tools, but it is a piece of cake. Up next, we need to get the back fenders off, get the new gas tank in, then we got to work on the steering. I got to put the belt back on because I borrowed it for Colonel Craftsman. Didn't need it, but I borrowed it. And then, oh, and speaking of Colonel Craftsman, I got some work I need to do to it too. Maybe in the same video. The stance looks a lot better. Gas tank, it won't rub now. And I showed you my General Lee mower. I just did a top speed run of 40. I don't know what the whole top speed, that was on a dirt road and I ran out of room. 40, I might just leave it at 40. This video is already out. I'll leave a link at the end. On Colonel, my to-do list, I've got an idler pulley making noise. I've got a new hatchet and a new shovel to put on it. And it should be ready to roll. So I'm back in the shop with Emily. The back stance looks so good with those spacers installed. Anyway, we're done with that. I got to find one lug nut, but we're done with the spacers. Up next, I got to change the gas tank out. Then we got to fix the steering. Then we got to put the belt back on. And then we're ready for a test drive. Looks a lot better. Rear fender removal time, and if you're just starting out and don't have an impact wrench yet, they save a whole lot of time. I highly recommend. It basically turns a 10-minute job into a 2-minute job. Now I'll do the other side and the rear fenders can come off. So I just got all the bolts from the other side. It's actually 3 bolts. I forgot there's one under the fender. Technically, we could have left the seat on. It would have been a little bit heavier, but we could have left the seat on. Lots of good mud under here. Now the only thing holding the tank in is a bracket with a bolt on this side, a bolt on that side. Knock the dirt off of that. There's our tank. I've got to try to save this little nipple down here to put in the new tank. Just like that. That's where it was rubbing on the tank. I don't see a hole there. I don't see a hole there. I don't know where it was leaking from. Anyway, we'll get the new tank installed and get rid of that wear. It's kind of weird. The wear on the tank is here, but the leak is down there. That leak may have been there a while, and we got it so stuck. This is the before and the after. Here's the new tank. We'll get it cleaned up, get it installed. Should be arriving soon. As soon as we fix the steering. And that shout out to Lonnie. Lonnie95 sent me this tank. It's good to have friends with motor parts. So I just pushed the mower out, cleaned off some of that caked on mud. Once everything dries, I gotta run a tunnel real quick. We'll get it all put back together, and then we'll jump on the steering, get the belt on, go hit the mud. So I'm back from town. I got the front jacked up. If we grab the steering wheel and turn it, it turns really good. You know, power steering, there's no weight on it. If it's sitting on the ground and it does have weight, it's locking up, and I believe there's a tooth that's skipping. Let me go underneath. So there's two gears under here. This one is fairly tight. This one's all over the place. I'll take it apart tonight, and when I go through town tomorrow, I'll see if I can find a bushing to fix it. So I've got the steering all taken apart. This is the top bushing. It's in good shape. The bottom one, it's real thin. It fell apart. We got to find a replacement before we put it back together. And I've got to remember 2 shims on top, 1 shim on bottom. I think what I'll do now is clean all this up, get it ready to go back together. And we'll have that shim down. So for Emily's steering, I went to the hardware store and I bought this brass bushing. It's 3/4 on the inside, that's just right. On the outside, I took this file and the drill press and I just did a little bit of filing, and now it is ready to be installed. The new bushing is in place. It's time to get the steering put back together. So good news, the steering's all put back together. It steers real smooth now. I don't think it's going to be skipping any teeth. The bad news is that's pretty much straightforward, and the steering was crooked. We'll fix that later. So I'm back in the shop with Emily. It's been a couple days. I washed the tank out. It's all dry now, and it's really neat. There's just a hole here. There's a rubber grommet. You put this in, push the hose in, you're done, and then we'll strap it on. And this feels new. Let's get it installed. Just like that. I was going to let you watch, but the hose might be too short. Got it. What would be cool if we made some kind of bracket to hold the front of the seat, and we could ride it with no fenders, then you can really see the tires in the mud. So that's what it would look like with no rear fenders. It'd be like OG Poland. It has no rear fenders, but to do it, we'd have to come up, go out, go up, go over, do the same thing on the other side. It'd be a real pain. I think I'll go and put the fenders on, and then we'll be riding faster. And once we get the fenders on, I put the belt on while you were not looking. We'll put some gas in it. It'll be ready. So that is everything done. The back fenders are on, the seat's back on. All we gotta do is put gas in it, and when the sun comes back up, we can hit the mud. Just painted a new hatchet and a new shovel for Colonel Craftsman. Gotta get those installed. So the question is, will the wagon with big tires float? Let's take it to the river. I say yes. I say yes. You gotta see the float with person in it. We have to get in it more. A little more. It ain't touching. Oh, we're gonna dump her. We're gonna dump her. A little bit top heavy. It is after dark. I'm about to load it up, but that loud one you hear, he wants to race. So I guess we'll go race. So I'm about to race the pulley swap hydro. He's got no lights. First, last time.
What? No way.
So I just took that black mower home and I hid Emily in the bushes. They wouldn't both fill in the trailer, and he's got no headlights and it's after dark. So we'll get this on the trailer and we will head home. Thanks for watching. So I'm in the garage with Emily, and I just came back from the river, hours riding at the river, and then I was walking in the garden for hours, and then the steering arm wore out, fell off. We've got to make some kind of repair for that. Years and years ago, the Colonel had the same issue. I built this little box to keep everything together. We might do something similar for Emily. So on the steering, I've got it jacked up so we can study it. I found this little bracket. I think if I bend the angles a little bit sharper, drill a hole through here, it'll be a steering rod keeper. That's the plan for now. Let's go bend some angles sharper. So that is better. Maybe I've got it backwards. I just need a flat spot for that arm to sit on. Here's my new steering keeper bracket. Let's get it installed. And the idea of this bolt, you can put washers under there if you need to later come back and put washers to add tension. So on my steering face, I got the bracket in place. There's a bolt back here keeping everything tight. There's a bolt here, and I was able to stack washers until there's tension on the steering arm. Also threw some grease in there. I'm going to turn it to test it. Later we'll take it to the mud, to the ruts, to the hills, to the bumps. We'll test it that way. Everything looks good. I'm about to throw some grease into the wheel, into the steering on both sides, and then we're done with the steering with Emily. So Emily is all done, fixed up, ready to ride. I'm trying to get it all good to go. I want to do a river ride June 15th if you're in the area. St. Mary's, Georgia boat ramp all day long. I'm gonna invite people, so many people can get to show up. But don't worry if you're not near, I'll make a video for you. Feels like this video turned into a mower update. Anyway, no, not this. This is the boys' mini bike. This mower, guy gave it to me, it's been several months ago, and it's just been sitting. I didn't have much hope in it. Then the boy said, I like the shape of the hood. Can I have it? I said, try to get it running. Next thing I know, he had it running. So I gave it to him. He's gonna try to fix it up. Who knows? There might be some future videos on that old Cub Cadet. I've got the blades on. If you're wondering how close do the blades get, that's pretty close, like a 1/16 of an inch. Anyway, so I just mowed the whole yard. It took a couple hours. That thing does great.